Reserve currencies are the backbone of global trade and finance, quietly shaping the way nations interact and economies grow. These special currencies are not just ordinary money, they are trusted by governments and institutions around the world to settle debts, price commodities, and store value. Without reserve currencies, international business would be far more complicated, and global economic stability would be much harder to maintain. Central banks hold these currencies in vast quantities, using them to facilitate international transactions, manage exchange rates, and stabilize their own economies during times of uncertainty. Reserve currencies act as a financial safety net, providing confidence in the global system. For decades, the US dollar has dominated this role. Its supremacy is rooted in America's massive economy, deep and liquid financial markets, and the country's far-reaching political and military influence. The dollar is used in most international trade deals, and many countries even peg their own currencies to it. To become a reserve currency, a nation's money must be trusted, stable, and easy to trade on a global scale. These qualities have kept the dollar on top for decades, making it the preferred choice for governments, investors, and businesses worldwide. However, the world is changing. As global power shifts and new economic giants emerge, fresh contenders are stepping onto the stage, challenging the dollar's long-standing dominance. The Chinese Yuan, supported by the world's second-largest economy and China's growing influence in global trade, is now making significant strides. More countries are starting to use the yuan for trade and as part of their reserves. This shift isn't just a theoretical debate among economists, it has real-world consequences. The rise of new reserve currencies affects how companies plan their investments, how investors manage risk, and how governments shape their economic policies. As we approach 2026, the international monetary system is evolving into a more complex and multipolar landscape, with several major currencies sharing influence. The yuan's rise signals the beginning of a new era, one where the dollar's dominance is no longer guaranteed, and the balance of global economic power is being redefined before our eyes. In 2016, the IMF added the Chinese Yuan to its special drawing rights basket, marking its arrival as a global currency. This move followed years of Chinese reforms, loosening currency controls, opening markets, and building global trading hubs. The yuan's inclusion was a green light for central banks to diversify reserves, boosting its credibility worldwide. Since then, the yuan's share in global reserves and trade has steadily grown. The SDR milestone set the stage for China's more ambitious push to internationalize its currency. China's leadership has made the yuan's global rise a national priority. The strategy promote yuan-based trade, expand financial products, and use initiatives like the Belt and Road to embed the currency in global commerce. After Western sanctions on Russia, China accelerated yuan settlements, making it the world's top trade finance currency by 2025. Bilateral swap lines and yuan-denominated loans for infrastructure projects have created a self-reinforcing cycle of demand. The result, the yuan is now woven into the fabric of international business, from trade to investment. For Chinese companies, using the yuan in global trade reduces currency risk and transaction costs. By settling deals in their own currency, businesses can avoid the unpredictability of exchange rates, making financial planning more reliable and efficient. This not only saves money but also allows companies to focus on growth and innovation, rather than worrying about currency fluctuations. Firms like Leapmotor and 3Sheep now settle international deals in yuan, streamlining operations and boosting profits. These companies are leading the way, showing how using the yuan can simplify complex transactions and build stronger relationships with overseas partners. As more firms follow their example, the yuan's role in global commerce continues to grow. In energy, China's Petro-Yuan initiative lets oil exporters bypass the dollar, reshaping global markets. This move gives oil-producing nations more flexibility and strengthens China's influence in the energy sector. The Petro-Yuan is quickly becoming a preferred option for countries looking to diversify their reserves and reduce dependence on the US dollar. Belt and Road projects and fintech platforms like Alipay and WeChat Pay further expand the yuan's reach. These initiatives connect new markets to China, making it easier for people and businesses worldwide to use the yuan for everything from infrastructure investments to daily purchases. The result? An ever-growing ecosystem where the yuan is becoming the default for cross-border business. As more transactions are conducted in yuan, its acceptance and trust increase, creating a positive feedback loop that encourages even wider adoption. This shift gives Chinese firms a competitive edge and encourages global partners to adopt the yuan. It also signals a new era in international trade, where the yuan stands alongside other major currencies as a key player. The yuan's practical benefits are now felt across industries and continents, from technology and manufacturing to agriculture and finance. As the world becomes more interconnected, the yuan's influence is set to grow even further, shaping the future of global trade. Despite its progress, the yuan faces major hurdles, chief among them, China's strict capital controls. Global investors remain wary as full convertibility and market transparency lag behind Western standards. Geopolitical tensions, especially with the US, add further uncertainty and resistance to the yuan's rise. China's domestic challenges, property market woes, local government debt, and slowing growth also cast doubt on the yuan's long-term appeal. Until China opens its markets and reassures investors, the yuan's challenge to the dollar will remain limited. The currency's future hinges on economic reform and global trust. The yuan's ascent is fundamentally reshaping the global business landscape, signaling a new era in international finance. Once seen as a regional currency, the yuan is now making its presence felt on the world stage, influencing how companies and governments think about trade, investment, and risk. Companies must now operate in a world where the dollar, euro, and yuan all matter. This shift means that global businesses are increasingly required to diversify their currency strategies, manage new types of financial exposure, and adapt to a more multipolar monetary system. Embracing the yuan can lower costs and unlock new opportunities, especially for those trading with or within China's sphere of influence. For exporters and importers, settling transactions in yuan can streamline operations, reduce currency conversion fees, and build stronger relationships with Chinese partners. But it also means navigating China's unique regulatory environment and geopolitical complexities. Businesses must stay informed about shifting policies, compliance requirements, and the broader implications of China's growing economic power. As the yuan's influence grows, so does China's ability to set global financial norms and standards. This could impact everything from cross-border payments to the way international contracts are structured, making it crucial for companies to stay agile and informed. The dollar's dominance may not end soon, but the yuan is now a permanent fixture in global finance. Its role will only expand as China continues to open its markets and deepen its connections with the rest of the world. For businesses, adapting to this new reality is essential for future success. Those who understand and embrace the yuan's growing role will be better positioned to thrive in an increasingly interconnected and competitive global economy.